definitely got some B-roll on that.
That's a really offensive thing to say.
All right, so Ashley's here. Do you want to start this video?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Ashley moved here, as you can see by all the stuff in our front room here. Are you just like showing them your Starbucks?
No, I was pointing at all the stuff.
Okay, so what we wanted to do is we want to make this video. We want to kind of give you a preview of some of our projects that we're going to be working on, and some of the trucks we have at the house. We got to unload all that stuff. She's got to unload all that stuff. Her mom and her aunt's going to be here
to help me
unload some of that stuff. So
and do the fun girl stuff like decorating and all that.
Yeah. So out here in the garage, we have a couple of square bodies. So
this is mine. He doesn't know it yet, but
that one's yours.
Mine. We have a really cool seat for it. We just have to get it here.
Yeah, that'll come.
And do all the things for it. But I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. What he and I talked about was we have a lot of really cool products, I think, for people who aren't even really wanting to do a full kit or a full chassis, but you can still, we have like the flip kits and the notch kits, and he's gonna redo some stuff for the square body gas tank. And so I think it'll be cool to kind of be able to show you guys the different variety of all the things that we can do, because we don't just have chassis and front kits and stuff. So yeah. I think that'll be cool.
So
plus
this
it'll be
truck,
mine.
What?
It'll be mine. I can cruise it around.
You can cruise it around. This truck, this will be easier for her to drive, I think, because I don't know yet exactly what we're going to do with this truck. It's got a 350 with a 350. I don't love all the body panels because they're mismatched, like with paint and stuff like that. This side is a little bit, this one was repainted on this side. Sure. But like this side is definitely, I think it's more of the factory paint on this side, because you can kind of tell from the way that it faded and stuff like that. The roof, I have a bed for this truck, and it runs. This truck does run. But
like the inside panels, I think are really cool because they have like the little badges. I'll go over and show them. Like I think it's got some really cool, like, I don't know, just like features. I like little quirky things like this little Spirit of 76, and I don't know. I think some of that stuff is cool. Well, so
that's what this truck was. This truck is a short bed Spirit of 76 truck. And I got this, well, actually I got this when I went to C10 Nationals. Oh, I don't even know. Like, it was in Texas, and I got this truck, and it was in Kansas, and I think I drove it down from Kansas to Texas, and there was a tornado warning when I was driving it. And I think that's really the only reason that this truck made it, was because it was still cold out. Because when I got it to Texas, then it started to get hot and it overheated, and I came back home and replaced the water pump and some different stuff, and then was able to drive it around a little bit more. But yeah, so we have a factory looking seat that'll go in here. She likes the white door panels. Obviously we need to replace some of the dash stuff here. The steering wheel, that I think that's out of a Camaro. That's not even a truck steering wheel.
I would like to put one of our steering wheels on here.
Yeah, we have a couple of those still that I think we could do that with. And then of course we had done a rear notch. We have a couple of new things that people haven't seen, this kind of rear bridge thing. These are parts that we were taking pictures of, so we'll move those. And we have some plans to do a coilover kit in the rear for this truck. So cab corners were jacked, all that stuff. So I got to go through and replace all that stuff. So it's missing like the rear cab pieces here and over there. We got to weld on, and then we'll keep moving through this truck. So this will be a fun project that we're going to start working on. I don't know when we're going to work on it. I mean, we have a couple of other things that we're working on right now. And then this truck right here.
This is our fun time truck because it runs and it drives. It is, a 3-speed, so that's probably entertaining for anyone who sees me driving that.
This truck I bought last year. So C10 Nationals in Utah is about to happen, and I found this truck last year. We got them packed in here, dude. Like,
gotta get skinny.
right? Why don't you try to pop the hood on this?
Okay.
So this is a 74 C20. Oh, look at you. She got it. So this truck, like she said, it runs, it drives. It's a fun truck for us, and we take it to...
It has a cassette tape.
Cassette player.
Cassette player. So even my mom has like gotten into it, and her and my aunt like to go to like vintage stock and Goodwill and a bunch of different like thrift shop places like that, and she surprised us last time and picked up a whole huge stack of different cassette tapes, so we have fun with that. I like that. I think it's cool.
It is really cool. So we started collecting some cassette tapes, and we just drive around and have a good time. We brought it to, what did we bring it to? We brought it to...
We took it to Barrett Jackson, and then I think the first thing that we took it to, the first trip that we took it to was C10 Nationals in Nashville.
Yeah.
And that was the time that the floor tie downs broke in the trailer, and it bounced up and hit the little roof. And then
that was not a fun time. That was such a pain in the butt. Because
it was a pain in the butt, but it was, I mean, I don't know. We still figured it out and got the truck back on the road, and we got this tied down. It wasn't fun in the moment, but I don't know, I think.
It was fun having the truck there for sure. Like, it was a lot of fun to have the truck at the show and be able to drive it around and cruise around. It's a long bed, and honestly, like, this truck, I don't know that we're really going to do a whole lot to it. I mean, we've been doing 4-wheel drive, so we may do that eventually, is make it a 4-wheel drive, but I don't know. It's just a truck that we drive and have fun with all the So we like to play with this truck, and this is fun. The seat, I mean, why don't you go around the other side like you did the other one? This truck is pretty original. They did do a repaint on this, and this has a dash cap. But like she said, this is a stick shift. I don't know, for whatever reason, I get a lot of vehicles that are stick shift. This is a 3-speed, but it has the granny gear in it.
Our tapes. We've got Toby Keith. I'm from Oklahoma, so I like that. And then Garth Brooks. What of Oklahoma? And then the Eagles. So some pretty good 3 top contenders there.
It's funny because, I mean, I started off with cassette tapes, like, way back in the day. And me and my friend would, like, make, which we went to dinner with him last night, but we would make mixtapes with cassette tapes. And, like, we had a little shop at my house. Well, not really a shop. It was, like, a back patio. And then we had, like, a little shop at his parents' house, too. Same thing. It was a back patio. And we would work on, like, mini bikes and go-karts. And we had, like, Metallica on this. And, I mean, I think cassettes only play, like, 20 minutes per side. So, like, we would literally, like, have 20 minutes of music and flip it and, like, just be blaring Metallica as we're working in our back patio shops. Like, and so we had a good time with that. And now it kind of comes full circle because now I have cassette tapes again, and we're buying them. And it's funny because they're like 99 cents at most places. $1.29 or $1.50 is, like, the most expensive cassette tape I think we've bought now. So
I think our kids probably think we're dorks, but I mean,
that's okay. I mean, but that's pretty normal, I think. So, and then I did teach her how to drive this truck. It's kind of the first time we drove it. It was pretty hilarious. But the lucky thing is that this isn't like a high horsepower, high like torque truck, so it's pretty forgiving for her to be able to drive this. And then the seat is pretty immaculate and pretty decent for the most part.
He took really good care of it, and like I said, this is probably the first truck that he called me, and I was super, not that I'm not excited about all of them, but I was really excited about it because we have a lot of projects. Like, we're helping make products for you guys to put your projects together, and then we're a lot of times doing R&D to make new projects and products. So the fact that we have one that we can like jump in and cruise around and it's not like under construction, that was exciting for me, because even when we took it to the show, like Hayden and I got in and grabbed some calendars and like cruised around the show and handed out calendars, and because typically we don't have anything to cruise around because everything's kind of under construction.
Yeah, and I mean, I have a bad habit about that. I think a lot of us have a bad habit about that. Like, we find a truck and we're like, oh, hey, this is a pretty cheap truck, and I can add that to my collection and get it working and running and driving. And so with this one, I found it and I haggled with the guy, and I almost didn't buy it, to be honest. I actually almost didn't buy this truck. And, you know, we came up with a good, decent price on it, and so I left it in Utah. I gave the guy a deposit, and then I had to go back. And I think I went back like probably 4 months later, like to pick it up. And then I still was even on the fence because it was a little bit more than I probably wanted to spend, but it wasn't like really like, in the grand scheme of it, it wasn't that much money. And so I got it, and I think it was probably one of the best decisions in the while that I've had to pick up a truck, because like this one runs. So maybe why don't you open the garage door on this?
Yeah.
This one runs too, and I've had this for a really long time. This is a 74 Blazer, K5 Blazer, and I picked this up a long time ago. Oh, I think it was at like the Colorado River where the people had it. They were the original owners to this. I did at one point, and I had the seats redone. So these seats have been reupholstered. I still don't have the door panel over there. The rear seat was reupholstered. I pulled all the carpet and everything like that. And this one really needs to be cleaned up, and it's the same type of thing. Like, it runs.
Does run.
It runs, and I've driven this truck. Same thing. Why don't you open the hood on this? This one's probably a little bit stickier, but I did WD-40 it the other day.
I don't want to break a nail. I have to find a new nail lady.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ruby.
So this one's a little bit dirtier, but this truck does run. And I took it to my friend TJ, who has a shop here, and he does a lot of my maintenance and mechanic work and stuff like that. So this truck is pretty original. I think we pulled the gas tank on it when he did that, and we cleaned the gas tank out. And so I just put another battery in it because this was sitting for quite some time. And so this is another one. Like, I want to get some new wheels and some tires. And because we're making the K5 four-wheel drive chassis, I think that that's what this will get. Pretty much have everything for the Blazer. I had a rear tire carrier here. I think it was like an LMC, or not even LMC. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that. It was like back in the day, JC Whitney parts. Like, and you can see up here the same thing. I think that this like rack that they bolted to the top was, any of you guys out there that know about that stuff, I mean, I think that was a JC Whitney thing. But I mean, the windows are clean, the windows are good. So, and I had started building kind of like a cage type thing in here, not for, you know, obviously like we have it bolted into the floor and stuff like that, but it's kind of a cool, this is a super cool piece right here, and I like this truck. I've kept it for a long time. It has our door handles on it. This same thing, like this is an older truck, and it's been, there's parts of it that are original paint, and then there's parts of it that have been touched up and repainted, and it has rust in the usual spots. There's some rust back right here in the back and on the doors and the front fenders, but for the most part, it's a completely put together vehicle. And
it gives us, since we have been shifting over into some of the four-wheel drive stuff with our Blazer chassis, and we're gonna have obviously a whole setup of that stuff for you guys, I think it's really cool for us to be able to have something that we can do those projects on, not only to showcase for you guys, but just because whenever we have stuff that we build and, you know, sell, it's kind of like hard not to get like FOMO because you want one of everything.
Yeah, that's really difficult. And I almost have a body for everything that we do, but you know, yeah, no, you want to build everything that you can get your hands on. So, and that's kind of our 3-car garage.
Now it's the fun truck.
She wanted to have her car in there, and I think I'm going to try to make space for her car in there because I think that that's important to her. But right now, before she moved here, I've been living here for like 2 months, so I don't like those things sitting outside because it just tears them up. I have a OBS that's still at my parents' house that's sitting outside, and so I try to keep them at least.
If you see us building 15 garages, just mind your business because we're gonna keep.
We don't need to build 15 garages. We just need one like big shop.
If you see us building a 15-car garage, just like look away, mind your business, think we're crazy, whatever you want to do. But
let's turn these lights on real quick. So and I mean, she just showed up with a Penske truck. So we're unloading stuff this weekend and stuff like that. And so we now have a drink fridge in the garage, which is cool. So yeah, so now we'll kind of go over the fun truck. So this is the one that I'm going to take and I'm trying to get done for C10 Nationals in Utah. Arnie and Megan, his wife Megan, and his daughter Bailey are going to drive down to Arizona. They're going to stay with us for a couple of days.
And then Arnie Jr. is going to fly. He's going to fly into Utah. He's
going to fly into Salt Lake. So then we'll all be there. He's going to be running the autocross for the Nationals. And then he asked if I could bring my truck so that he could just drive his truck and not have to bring
a race truck.
But
he doesn't know that I'm going to be a race car driver instead of him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So, so we're going to bring the 65. So we're going to bring this truck, and I had made and then started working on another video that you guys will see come out, and then this video will probably drop. We'll decide. We're going to do it either before or afterwards. So we're just kind of giving you an overview of what it is that we got. But on that video, I kind of was installing these hood hinges. I have the hood over there, and I want to get the hood installed. I have my friend Jody coming from the wrap company, and he's going to help me get a wrap. We'll kind of go over that with him when he comes out, and we'll do a little bit of an overview on that. But I have most of the parts for this truck that I've had with me for a while now. And so like these are the front braces. They didn't get powder coat primed before, and so I'll probably powder coat them. And then the motor runs, this truck drives. I needed to change the alternator, which I ordered a new alternator.
From Holly. That came in last week.
Came in, yeah, like Thursday or something like that. And then this truck has Budnick wheels. These are, if I remember right, let's see, they are wrapped in BFG Rivals, and they are a 305 30 19. And that's all the way around. So the front wheels are more of a flat face. And I think this has 14-inch Willwood on it. That is an LS1 out of a GTO with a T56 behind it. I did the Holley mid-mount kit on this, so it will have air conditioning. Those are Speed Engineering headers, obviously our full chassis. Jason at Arizona High Test, his guys helped me do some of the plumbing. We still have to hook up the sway bar. We did a little bit of a custom on the front suspension here to run those flat face wheels. So these are wider control arms. And then with that, I made a new tie rod adapter down there. So we've been playing with this truck, and we actually took this truck to the Pro Touring Truck Shootout. I think it was like 4 years ago. Don't really remember exactly when that was, but I had RadFab do the tunnel in this. So he did the tunnel. Chris from Arizona High Test helped me do some of the electronics in this and all the wiring. So it has a Holley digital dash. I'll kind of show you. I have the key over there that we'll pull out. This has a Flaming River steering column, factory pedals. We wrapped the top of it before when we got this done. So I used the cab and the doors and then these front pieces, and I have the factory cowl. These are brand new front fenders. The front grill shell and the core support and all those pieces are original. And then this is a brand new bed from, I think I got some of this from AMD. I got the front header panel from Marquee. I made this front panel for the bed floor, and I'm going to finish some of that off. I don't think I'll have that done for the Nationals, but then this is a Marquee rear tailgate and all the latching for it, and then the rear sill plate here, and then this is our full coilover chassis, like I was saying.
Which I do like. So if you call in, you're probably gonna get me on the phone. That's one thing I think I do get a ton of questions about from people is the ride height on a coilover. And I mean, to me, this is still a really nice, low, like sleek looking ride height without having to have all of the air management, which we sell a ton of air ride, but I do think that is something to maybe even show and notate that the ride height is still really nice. I feel like on this, it's still looks really like nice and low and level.
Yeah, and you can show them that. So when we measure and we go over the ride height, I measure and I tell people from ground height basically to pinch. So this truck is about, what is that, 6 inches?
Yep.
That's about 6 inches. So with the way that it's set up right now, you're going to get a ride height of about 6 inches off the ground.
Yep.
And so that kind of is how we measure a little bit. Why don't you get in? I know the seat's not completely bolted in, but...
You want me to climb in?
No, don't climb in. Push your finger in there, which I need to put the door handles back on. Push your finger in there, push the latch, and then yank it open. Can you get it? It's got some bolts and stuff in there, which you can sit on them. It's not going to hurt you.
I'm sensitive. I'm quiet and sensitive.
You are not quiet.
That's a Larry Boggs
Her
saying.
grandfather says that. It's quite the joke. Okay, so here, I will grab the key real quick in there. So like I said, this is a Holley digital dash, and what I kind of wanted to do and what me and Chris had set up was, so you can see we have the toggle buttons on the dash, and so that one will turn on, and then that's the brights, and then you have the dome lights, and so hit that one again, you can, so you see, so those toggle switches that are in the digital dash turn on my headlights, my dome light, my brights. And so we wired that up with relays over on the other side of the truck to get that to work. At the time that we did it, I don't know if there's any videos out there about that now, but at the time that we did it, which was probably 4 years ago.
I think you guys did it literally like the week of that Arnie had his show in Arizona. Because you guys were,
yeah, I was telling you about that. Yeah, we had done that, and we had a race to finish that truck, basically, or this truck, and we had done some of that stuff. So, and then I ended up taking it to Tennessee, like a year later afterwards, and did some of that to Kentucky, to Bowling Green, right? Because that's where he does it at the that track. At
the
same place that they do LS Fest, Holley LS Fest. So it's in Bowling Green. Beach Bend Raceway, that's what it is. Beach Bend Raceway is where he does that, his show. So we have the oil pressure, the battery, the water temperature, and all that stuff is hooked up through that digital dash, which is normal, but I thought it was kind of unique that we did our headlights and our brights and our dome lights, so then I won't have any other...
it'll be nice and clean.
Yeah, there'll be no other buttons on there with this truck, so...
So what will you have in these? Just
so
your AC and stuff?
So there's a delete panel that goes there, and then that's where I think the cigarette, and then we filled in where the radio was, and then I have the dash, so we'll have to make a dash, I have the glove box. We're gonna have a radio, but it's probably gonna be Bluetooth off of the phone, so it won't be like, this truck won't have a cassette player, sorry.
What a buzzkill.
Yeah, so, but...
How about a CD player? Keep my little Accordion.
You gonna put it on the sun visor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of good mixed CDs.
Yeah.
You know, LimeWire, lots of viruses on my computer.
No.
You didn't use LimeWire?
I did use, well, Napster back in the day.
LimeWire.
I was always afraid to get viruses.
My nanny did computers, and
Here,
so
push that door open. There you go. So when I did this, I had made my seats for these Sparco seats. I'd made the brackets for those. So I got the aluminum brackets and then kind of a base plate that bolts into some of the factory holes. Like I said before, these are factory pedals. We'll go over that a little bit more into detail. And I have the door panels there and the windows. So we're gonna kind of take a little bit of a race to get this truck put together to take to the show. But I mean, most of it's just maintenance and finishing up some stuff. So I think that we'll have.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We haven't really gotten to, you know, I mean, we do a lot of stuff together as far as shows and marketing and sales and different things like that, you know, doing stuff with customers together and the shows together, but we haven't really gotten to be like in the shop doing a project together, and I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, well, with you kind of going back and forth, it's been difficult to do all that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
Between that and my mortgages and everything else, it's, you know, we're always busy, but that's kind of how we like it.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna end this video here, and
got graduation party things and got a lot of moving boxes.
I gotta get some work done on this. She's gonna go inside and work on getting the house set up. I'm gonna probably stay out here and get some of this stuff changed, and then yeah, we got a graduation party to go to tonight, and we'll keep recording stuff on this. I have another video to put out on this, and I'll keep recording that, and then, you know, do all the things that everybody does on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button to watch us make more videos. And
if you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram. We try to, obviously it's a lot easier to post short little things there, so we always try to post where we're going to be at, what we're doing, a lot of really cool footage in the shop. We have somebody helping us and working with us now, Jordan. He's really cool. He has kind of an eye for a lot of cool videos and stuff like that. So we try to always post what's going on at the shop. I know that that's something really cool that not everybody gets to see every day. So
yeah, so we're on all the social medias pretty much. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube again. We're gonna be dropping more videos on YouTube. So go follow all that stuff, you know. And if you like this stuff, follow us on YouTube, like the videos, comment on the videos. We try to comment on everything. I mean, it's either me or her who are on Instagram or Facebook commenting. We're definitely more active on Instagram than we are on Facebook.
There's a bird in there. Oh, sorry.
You're like a squirrel. Anyway, so, and then we also respond to you guys on YouTube. So you're gonna get one of us that's gonna comment back to you. So like, comment, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, do all the things. Later.
Bye.